get the sense that for this collective, you are tuned into a new frequency, seeing a radio dial. So, you know how you tune the dial to a different station. You have reached a new frequency, and because of that, new ideas are coming to you, new pathways of working and expressing your creativity are coming to you. And I feel like you have been expressing your creativity through maybe 1 or 2 channels, and that has been working for you in the past, but they've stopped working, or they've stopped even feeling alive for you. They've stopped feeling exciting for you. They've started to feel monotonous, and you also feel like you're limited there, like you're stuck in a rut, stuck in a box almost. And your spirit team is guiding you to follow the sparks of inspiration that you might be feeling at this time. We have the Sparks of Light card, which is all about that. It's about following the sensation, specifically connecting to your body and what your physical body is telling you, where you feel excited, literally feeling it in your physical body. Where you are currently creating does not excite you anymore, and you know that, but you've been holding on to it because it is something that you're used to, and it is somewhere where you are comfortable and you kind of know the ropes and you feel established there. So of course you want to hang on to it, but unfortunately it is time to expand. We have the 3 of Wands in this spread as well. So it is time to travel. It is time to explore new horizons, essentially, and to explore new ways of creating. Something that's happening right now is that you have maybe been contemplating a shift for a while now, but you have not been ready to pull the trigger until now. The new frequency that you're in is allowing you access to the solutions that you couldn't see before. So when you thought about making the switch to this new way of creating, it felt hard, and it felt like there were a lot of roadblocks in the way. It felt like I don't even know how to begin. I don't even know where to begin. But now, because of the shift in your frequency, the solutions are dropping in, and everything that you thought would be so hard is all of a sudden very easy. And if it's not that way yet, it's about to become that way. So continue doing the inner work to shift. You have been going through a death. So the death and the release of the decaying parts of yourself and the decaying aspects of your own frequency, that's what you've been releasing. That's what you have been experiencing. And that's what's leading you to this new higher frequency where the solutions are coming in. So if you're still in the death phase, be patient with yourself, allow the death to happen, because you have to understand what's on the other side of the death phase is sparks of light, is that inspiration, that excitement, that sensation, and ease as well that comes with it, alignment that comes with it. Sometimes we get the idea for what we're meant to do, but we're not meant to follow it just yet, because we're still being prepared in our death phase or in our void phase. We're still being prepared for whatever those new horizons are. So give yourself that time to be prepared. They're showing me the microwave. So this is really about not taking shortcuts, not trying to fast track your way to something. You have been through a process. This feels very Saturnian in nature, where you are tested, where you are molded and shaped into the person you need to become. And trusting, so the mystical sister card, that's why this is here, trusting the guidance that you're receiving, trusting the lesson plan that's been laid out for you, even though you don't know exactly where it's leading you or what exactly is happening, which can be a really frustrating part when you have this specific idea of what it is that you want, but you don't know how to get there. That's what you have to remember. You think you know how to get there. You think this is the way, let me go this way, but your spirit team is like, no, I have a better way. I have a better way to get there. If you could just relax into your death phase, relax into everything that I need you to release, so I can send you on this path that is even better than what you can conceive of on your own. So the microwave is about, putting things in the microwave, it being quick, it being easy, you get to eat your food, you don't have to wait too long, versus slow cooking, like marinating something and then slow cooking it, which may take hours or days even, but it tastes so much better. The flavor is so much richer. That is the journey that you're on. I'm seeing maybe Gandalf or a wizard or something out in, it's very Lord of the Rings, like out on this journey. And your spirit team is saying, as much as we hear this all the time, but the journey is the exciting part to your soul. And so I'm seeing this energy of this wizard who is embarking on this journey of discovery and really enjoying each step along the way, because it's the mystery. It's this bowing down to the mystery of life. And and throwing yourself into the mystery of life, and no longer needing to have all the answers, or no longer needing to hang on to everything and be in control of it, because the mystery is more exciting to you. That feeling of being, it's almost a lot, not lost in the mystery, but held in the mystery. I can't describe, I'm getting a feeling, I can't quite describe what this feeling is, but the best word I can think of right now is devotion, really. It's the frequency or energy of devotion, where you are relaxed into the mystery, you are surrendered into the mystery and where it wants to take you. So you've had a really long, maybe what felt like a pause to you on your journey, and the pause was about you learning exactly this, you learning to surrender to the mystery and feel safe in the mystery. That was the journey that you've been on, because for a very long time, you did not feel safe in the mystery. You wanted something tangible, you wanted something to hold on to, and you weren't getting that. And the reason was because they're showing me the root center. You were excavating your root center, or you were fortifying. Well, first excavating to get like the gunk out, and then fortifying to increase the strength of your root center, which is all about stability, having your needs met, being able to survive, being confident and sure of your ability to survive on this planet, on this earth plane, and belonging as well. And so this reminds me of a dream. That my dream last night was, I was seeing these, almost like how I intuit, or how I receive intuitive messages now. You know, I heard like a word, and then I heard a song, and it was just these little bits of information. And I sensed that it was my grandmother, and I was like, Grandma? And I would walk closer to where the energy was delivering these messages. And I got closer and closer. As I got closer, the messages got more clear and louder. And I remember saying in my dream, like, Grandma, I'm scared. Grandma, I'm scared. And then I took another step closer, and my grandma materialized out of the messages, where it was her physical form in my dream, and I could just feel her warmth and her energy and her love. And she was like, I miss you so much, and embraced me in a hug. And I feel like this message is about trusting those intuitive nudges, even when they're so small or so subtle, and you know, not really having anything tangible. It's not like a physical person. How many times have we all said this? I wish there was a physical person just sitting in front of me saying, do this, do this, do this. But we don't have that. Our spirit team is in the ether. I just saw 1111 as I was saying this. Our spirit team is intangible. The messages are intangible. So we have to just trust ourselves and what we're receiving. And that's all we have to go off of. But the more that you learn to trust, the more, and this is the journey that you've been on, the more that you follow the sparks of light, the more that you follow the synchronicities, the intuitive hits, the intuitive nudges, the louder your intuition gets, the more confirmed in your intuition that you get, and the more tangible things begin to become. Because when you follow the intuitive nudges, then you start to see the materialization, the manifestation of what it is that you're following, right? What it is that you're being nudged toward. And that's what creates that sensation that I had in my dream of, there's my grandma, she's right there in front of me, and this is who's been delivering, this is who's guiding me, this is who's been delivering these messages, and I can trust them because I can trust her. That was the message. You can trust your intuition, and the more that you follow it, the louder it will get, the more clear it will get, the more tangible it will get. I'm seeing the movie A Walk to Remember. I don't know why I'm seeing that movie. I need to look up the plot. Okay, so I think A Walk to Remember is showing up because it is about humility, and because they clarified me seeing that movie with a platform. So again, you were creating in a certain way on a certain channel in the past, the one that you're being guided to switch from now, and what you were learning during this phase of building self-trust and working on your root center, your safety, stability, and the not being able to hold on to something tangible. What you were learning during that phase was humility and integrity, and now you're being asked to shift into or onto a new platform of sorts, a new place where you're going to create. And it's different now because you're going to be creating from a new place within yourself, not physically from a new place, but also a new place within yourself. And that's almost the reason why you have to let go of these old platforms, because they are so entangled with an old version of you that no longer exists. That's a version of you that you no longer create from or align with, and therefore you've outgrown these places, you've outgrown these platforms, these channels of creativity. You've simply outgrown them, and it's time for you to expand, because your soul has expanded, your frequency has expanded. Your frequency can no longer be held or received in the way it needs to be on these old platforms. Okay, we also have the big picture, visionary, inspired ideas. You are someone who is a visionary. You've always been, but the way that you're meant to create now is in a way that is more led by your vision than before. Before, it felt very transactional, kind of like, I do this, I get this. And now it feels much more inspired, the way that you are going to be creating. It feels much more inspired. It feels much more rooted, of course, because you've been doing that work on your root center, on grounding yourself. And it feels much more, let me think of the word, initiatory. Like it's you initiated people before, for sure, but this feels like big change being initiated by the work that you're doing.